guys, so today we're talking about factoring trinomials. Before we get into that, we are going to do a quick warm-up on foiling. So just remember, whenever you FOIL, you want to take each term in the first parentheses and multiply it times each term in the second parentheses. So we have x times x, which is x squared, and then x times 5, which is 5x. Then we do the same thing with the 1. 1 times x is x, and 1 times 5 is 5. Okay, so then to simplify this, we want to combine like terms. So we have x squared, and 5x plus x is 6x, and then we have plus 5. So this part right here, this is our trinomial. And when we get into our actual factoring trinomial notes, we're going to go from this into this. Okay, so then now let's do the same thing on the next one. So we have m times m is m squared, and m times 6 is 6m. Then we do the same thing with the negative 4. Negative 4 times m is negative 4m. Negative 4 times 6 is negative 24. Combine like terms right here. So we have m squared, 6m, and negative 4m is 2m. And then we have negative 24. Okay, do the same thing on this one. K times k is k squared. K times negative 3 is negative 3k. We do the same thing with the negative 7. Negative 7 times k is negative 7k. Negative 7 times negative 3 is positive 21. Combine like terms. So we have k squared, negative 3k, and negative 7k is negative 10k. And then we have plus 21. Okay, so trinomials like these can be factored back into a product of binomials. Okay, so to factor a trinomial of the form x squared plus bx plus c, you must find two integers that add to get b and multiply to get c. Okay, so it's two numbers that add to get b and multiply to get c. Okay, so an example right here. So it says x squared plus 7x plus 12. What two integers have a product of 12 and a sum of 7? Okay, well, 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 4 is 7. So the way that we write our binomials here is you say x plus 3, because that's a positive 3, and x plus 4, because that's a positive 4. So this right here, those are our factors. That's our two binomials that when you FOIL them out, you're going to end up getting x squared plus 7x plus 12. And let's check, and I'll show you that that's what we're going to get. So you have x times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is 12. Simplify by combining like terms right here. You have x squared. 4x plus 3x is 7x. And then we have plus 12. Okay, you see that we get the same thing right there. Okay, a trick that if you struggle with finding your factors, you don't know your multiplication facts very well, if you take the last number right here, including the sign with it, if you take that and on your calculator on your y equals, and you can do this if you download that TI calculator that I sent you the link to, on your y equals on your calculator, if you type in that number and divide it by x, and then you go to your table, okay, it will tell you all of the numbers that multiply to get that last number, whatever number you put in right here. Okay, so all you have to do is on that list, you have to go through and find which of those numbers is going to add together to get the middle number. Okay, now this is just a trick to help you if you struggle with multiplication facts. If you're good with multiplication facts, then all you have to do is just go through your list of finding what multiplies to get the last number and what adds to get the middle number. Okay, so on this one right here, what two numbers multiply to get 20 and add to get 9? Okay, well that's 4 and 5. So you say n plus 4, n plus 5. Okay, on this one, what numbers multiply to get 18 and those same numbers add to get 9? 6 and 3. So w plus 6, w plus 3. Number 3, what multiply to get 24 and add to get 10? 6 and 4. A plus 6, a plus 4. What multiplies to get 1 and adds to get 2? 1 and 1. Y plus 1, y plus 1. Now, a way that you can simplify this down, because these are the factors are the exact same here, you can actually write that as y plus 1 squared. Okay, because that just means to the power of 2. That means that this is repeated twice. Okay, number 5. What multiplies to get negative 18, but adds to get a positive 3? Okay, well that's going to be positive 6 and negative 3. So n plus 6 and n minus 3. So when you have negatives in there, you've got to pay attention to the sign. Opposite signs multiply to give you a negative, but when they add together, this is a positive right here, so that means the bigger number has to be the positive. Okay, if you would have done positive 3 and negative 6, that would have given you a negative 3, so make sure you pay attention to the signs. Okay, number 6, what multiplies to get negative 8 and adds to get 2? Well, that's going to be 4 and negative 2. So you say x plus 4 and x minus 2. Number 7, what multiplies to get negative 6 and adds to get 1? Was 3 and negative 2. G plus 3, g minus 2. Number 8, what multiplies to give you negative 45 and adds to give you a positive 4? 9 and negative 5. C plus 9, C minus 5. Okay, flip over to the other side. Okay, so what is going to multiply to give you negative 3 and add to give you negative 2? Negative 3 and 1. So A minus 3, A plus 1. What multiplies to give you negative 30 and adds to give you negative 7, negative 10 and 3. So x minus 10, x plus 3. What multiplies to give you negative 63 and adds to give you negative 2, negative 9 and 7. B minus 9, B plus 7. What multiplies to give you negative 64 and adds to give you negative 12, negative 16 and 4. So k minus 16, k plus 4. What multiplies to give you 24 and adds to give you negative 11? Well, because this is a positive right here and this is a negative, that means that it's going to be 2 negatives multiplied to give you a positive, and those same 2 negatives will add to give you negative 11. So it's negative 8 and negative 3. So we have x minus 8, x minus 3. What multiplies to give you 49 and adds to give you negative 14? Negative 7 and negative 7. So you say x minus 7 and x minus 7. Okay, now just like what we did on the other side, if it's the same factor, you can simplify that by writing x minus 7 to the power of 2. 15, what multiplies to give you 72 and adds to give you negative 17? Negative 9 and negative 8. So y minus 9, y minus 8. What multiplies to give you 50 and adds to give you negative 15? Negative 10 and negative 5. M minus 10, M minus 5. Okay, some mixed practice here. Still doing the same thing, okay? It's just mixing up the different sets that we did. So what multiplies to give you negative 16 and adds to give you a positive 6? 8 and negative 2. So A plus 8, A minus 2. What multiplies to give you a negative 72 and adds to give you a negative 14, negative 18 and 4. So x minus 18, x plus 4. What multiplies to give you 40 and adds to give you 13? 8 and 5. Y plus 8, y plus 5. What multiplies to give you 48 and adds to give you negative 16? Negative 12 and negative 4. W minus 12, W minus 4. What multiplies to give you negative 30 and adds to give you negative 1, because remember, if there's not a number there, it's 1. Negative 6 and 5. N minus 6, N plus 5. What multiplies to give you 42 and adds to give you 13? 6 and 7. K plus 6, K plus 7. Okay, now when you're doing these factors and you're writing these, it does not matter the order that you write them in. Right here, we could have said a positive 5 and a negative 6. That does not matter. Just make sure that your sign is correct with the right number. Okay, down here, examples with the greatest common factor. Well, the first thing you always check to see, is there a greatest common factor that you can take out? Okay, that's always your first thing. So on 23, we have a greatest common factor of 4 that we need to factor out. So when we factor that out, we have 4k squared divided by 4 is k squared. 12k divided by 4 is 3k. 8 divided by 4 is 2. After that, what we have in parentheses, can we factor it? Can we do basic factoring? Do we have numbers that multiply to give you 2 and add to give you 3? Yes, we have 2 and 1. So that 4 that we factored out, we just bring it down. Then we have k plus 2, k plus 1. And that's our answer. 24, greatest common factor. We can take a 2 out of all of that. That leaves us with x squared minus 4x minus 12. What numbers multiply to give you negative 12 and add to give you negative 4? Negative 6 and 2. So that 2 we factored out, we bring down. We have x minus 6 and x plus 2. And that's our answer. 25, we can take a 3 out of everything. Leaves us with y squared minus 5y plus 4. Numbers that multiply to give you 4 and add to give you negative 5, negative 4 and negative 1. So that 3 we bring down. And we have y minus 4, y minus 1. And that's our answer. 26, we can take a 3a out of everything. We can take a 3 out, and then there's an a in all terms. So that leaves us with a squared plus 10a plus 21. Okay, factoring this, what multiplies to give you 21 and adds to give you 10? 7 and 3. So 3a we took out, we're just going to bring it down. We have a plus 7, a plus 3. 27, we can factor a 2 out of everything. So we have b squared plus 5b plus 6. What multiplies to give you 6 and adds to give you 5? 2 and 3. So that 2 we just bring down. We have b plus 2 and b plus 3. That's our final answer. 28, we can take a 5 out of everything and we can take a y out of everything. So we're factoring out 5y. That leaves us with x squared minus 3x minus 28. What multiplies to give us negative 28 and adds to give us negative 3? Negative 7 and 4. So that 5y we just pull down. And we have x minus 7 and x plus 4. That's our final answer. Okay. All right. So guys, it helps a lot if you know your multiplication facts, but just remember that you can always use this trick right here to help you, because I don't want you to struggle just because you don't know your multiplication facts very well. Okay. So you can always download the calculator. I put the link on the website. It's the educators.ti, something after that. And it's just a 90-day free trial for you to download the calculator. Make sure you do download the TI-84 Plus, because that is the calculator that we use at school. It has all the same functions of everything that we do at school. Okay, so you just take the last number, divide it by x, and then go look at the table. And it'll give you all of the numbers. The x times y, well, all of those numbers are the numbers that multiply together to give you whatever number you're looking for. And then so all you have to do is just go through and figure out which of those adds together to give you the b. Okay, and that's how you find your factors right there. Okay, hope y'all are doing well.